Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
We've got a special edition of Psychic Shari live stream today. This is uh, this is our first timers live stream. That
Right.
basically what that means is anybody who's not received a reading from Shari yet and wants a reading, all you have to do is type in first timer and your first name in the comment section. You'll be moved to the top of the list. Just our way of getting uh, some some new blood in here to get some new people in here to
Yeah.
experience it. Maybe can't get on it during the regular show because we have so many in the queue. Um, so give them a chance to get
Right.
on here and see what's going on. So,
Hmm.
Sherry, you had a busy week this week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Little paranormal experience.
Yes. I do love that stuff.
Yeah, I
But when
know.
it happens, it freaks me out a little bit. I was
Does
doing
it?
a reading and, oh, was it? Yeah, I think it was, yes, no, a couple days ago, I was doing a reading. And I brought in this lady's mom, and the energy of her mom, I could tell, like, it was like she felt like she wasn't a nice person, I guess, when she was on the earth plane. And the minute I brought her in, and of course I had my eyes closed, my door, my bedroom door here, opened and shut really hard, almost like it was slammed. But I had my eyes closed and I didn't see it. It freaked me out because was the only one in the house. So I told that girl, I'm like, uh-oh, I explained what happened. So I went through the house, hoping there wasn't a live person in here. But I went through and I could just, the minute I opened the door, I was just goosebumps everywhere. Um, and again, when spirit comes in like that, it's usually catches you off guard. And that really caught me off guard because this door, and I know for a fact that the door was completely latched because before I started my readings that day, I closed the door and I kind of walked over here and I thought, oh, did I shut it all the way? And I went back and pushed it shut. And then in my mind, I thought, why am I shutting the door? I'm the only one in the house. But it's just something I like that the energy more when the door is closed. So it's not like the door, I didn't have the windows open that could have blown it shut. But it literally opened and slammed shut.
Really?
So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And like I said, and we know how ghosts work. When you try to conjure them up, it's harder, but they catch you off guard. So
Yeah, and I know we were talking about this earlier, and your eyes were closed, so
mhm.
you couldn't technically see the door open and close. They may have put that sound in your mind
Yeah,
of the door opening and closing and slamming shut.
yeah. Because remember me telling you, I was cleaning in one of my houses. I was on the phone with a friend of mine, and it sounded like an airplane hit the house. I thought the ceiling was caving in, and I just like fell to the floor. And I asked my friend, I'm like, "Did you hear that?" And she goes, "No." And I'm like, "How could you not hear that?" And then the next day, the lady's mom that lived behind her, their entire great room ceiling fell in. So
Wow.
could have been a premonition, but I was just baffled that she didn't hear that same sound. So
Yeah.
like what we were talking about could very well be. I didn't even think to ask that girl I was reading for if she heard the door slam. Cause yeah,
I
it
don't
didn't even
know.
dawn on me, but
Huh.
oh well.
You go back and ask her. She'd
Yeah,
probably forget by now. But
yeah. But yeah, something fun. So
yeah, well, I don't know if that's fun, but kind of eerie. But
yeah, I
uh,
definitely had to sage my house because whoever this lady felt, I felt like she followed me throughout the day, so I had to sage, and then everything
yeah.
felt good. So
All right, why don't we go ahead and get started? We got an hour here. We're gonna
okay,
take some readings. Of course, we're gonna put the first timers at the top, but we're gonna do some regulars in here too. So we're gonna try and get to everybody as much as we can. But keep in mind, after the show, in the comments, you can type down your request for a reading or a specific question, and Shari will get to you sometime today or tomorrow. Now we're going to do some readings. Shari will be giving readings to a viewer who posts their requests in the chat. Just make sure that uh, if your username does not include your first name, put your first name down. Uh, and also, um, lost my train of thought. If you're a first timer, put first timer down. And if you didn't get a reading, of course, you can put it in the comments section.
Yeah, and one thing too, because I can see somebody a first timer, and then they put a specific question. I just come out of the gate with what your team wants me to tell you, and then
Right.
after the show, you can post in the comment, not in the chat right now, but in the comment in the replay. Then you can post a specific question.
Right.
I may not get to it today, but I'll eventually try to get to all of them.
Okay, so let's get to it. Let's see. Now it's going to be a little tricky for me because I'm going to have to fish down here. Let's go with Emily as a first timer.
Okay. Hi, Emily. All right, let me get into your energetic field and see what we got going on here. First thing that comes through from your spirit team is they're saying, whatever it is that you're working on or you're getting ready to work on, when you start to feel like you're running into an obstacle or it's getting very difficult, they say try to power through it. Just keep going, keep going. They're just saying don't give up, because it feels like that if you continue with what it is that you want, it feels like that you will eventually get it. But they're saying you're going to have patience, and you're really going to have to want it, and you're really going to have to try to power through it, is what they're saying. What one other thing too that comes up for you, Emily, is they show me you kind of looking backwards, which tells me that you might be hung up, so to speak, on a situation or something that happened in the past. When you find yourself doing that repetitively, going back to the same situation, your spirit team is asking you, ask yourself, what is it that I need to learn here? To where that way, if a similar situation comes up again, you'll have the opportunity to have a different outcome. And that different outcome is going to depend on how you react to a certain situation. So that's the message for you, Emily.
Okay. And let's go to Dylan.
Okay. Hi, Dylan. Let's see what we've got going on here. Your team is funny. First thing they say is slow down a little bit, Ricky Racer, because it feels like that you're, go, 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 and that's great. But as we know, the faster we go, then the more opportunities where we can make mistakes. So and then you can't enjoy it. They're saying the time is coming up for you in the next 2 to 3 months where it just feels like, oh, some of the loose ends have been tied. You can kind of take a breather, is what they're saying, and slow down a bit and relax. We don't always want to be in high speed because then we just get stressed out. Our body gets stressed out, our emotional body, everything. So we do see in the next couple of 2 to 3 months, is what they're saying, is that things will start to come together, so to speak. And some of the things that you've been working on will get completed, or else you won't have to work on them anymore. And it just feels like a sense of relief when you do get to this point. Enjoy it. Do things that give your mental body time to relax. And not think about stressful things. Try not to watch murder, death, kill movies or stressful movies on TV. Your body doesn't know the difference between a vivid, imagination or reality. And even if you're watching a show, your body thinks you're really observing that. So kind of monitor what it is that you're watching. If you're around a lot of negative people, try to distance yourself a bit from them. So that's the message that comes in for you.
All right. Let us go to Mari.
All right, Mari. Let's see what we've got here. All right. First thing that comes up is you might start to find synchronicities of numbers. We see a lot of numbers around you. Astrology. If you're not into astrology, it might spark an interest in you within the next 6 months. You might start to see the synchronicities of the numbers. We do like a lot of numbers. You might see 555. You might see 111. When you do see the synchronicities of the numbers, Google the spiritual meaning of it, because this is your spirit team and your guides bringing you messages. And it also means you might see, 3 kittens walking down your street, or 3 birds or whatever. So pay attention to that. Another thing that they're saying is all in. They use the symbolism like you're at a poker table, and when people are playing poker and they're like, "I'm all in," that's what they're saying for you. Just give it 110%. It's so funny when I said 110, and I look at her, whatever they call it. It's 110. Isn't that funny? So that's what they're
Yeah,
saying, the 110%, and you will be
that's funny.
pleasantly surprised at the outcome. So that's what comes up for you.
Okay, and I think our last newbie on the list right now. I don't recognize her username. She doesn't say she's a first timer, but I don't remember her, so I'm
I don't
assuming
either.
she is. So, Kaja would like a reading.
All right, let's see what we've got here. One thing that your spirit team is asking you is to go back when it feels like when I look at your aura, there seems to be a lot of anxiety, a lot of mishmash, a lot of things that might not be yours. This needs to be clearing. You can probably go back through some of our shows and watch them, and I talk about how to clear your aura. You can really just do it with your intention. But they're also showing me a heavy backpack that you're carrying around. A lot of those things aren't yours. You feel like you're an empath. Empaths are people that not only not only feel sorry for somebody, they can feel how the other person feels. It feels to us like you get pulled in to everyone's drama, and it feels like you're here, you're there, and then you take on that sadness, you take on that anger, you take it all on and you carry it as if it's yours. So when you feel like you are really stressed out, when you're having a bad day, when you're depressed, when you're angry, when a lot of anxiety, really sit down and ask yourself, what would be causing these emotions to come up for me? So that way you'll know kind of what's yours, and then you can kind of work on when somebody calls you or starts talking to you in person about this and that. Put yourself inside of a disco ball, and you can give advice, but try not to take it on. You're not going to be able to do it overnight. It's going to be a process. And empaths especially struggle with this, because they're magnets. They will attract more people that have drama, that want to vent. And keep in mind, you also, they're showing me, there might be a person around you who's a really big narcissist.
Hmm.
And so that, you might know who we're talking about. And when you do, you can kind of, put a little wedge or separate yourself a little bit from that person. Slowly, you don't have to do it all at once, but they just said slowly you can back away. So that's what comes up for you.
Okay. And just a reminder, Kaja, any specific questions, Sherry won't be answering those during the general readings today. Go to the comments section after the show is over. Type your specific question. She'll answer it then. All right, let's go to the top of the list. And let's go to Jax.
All
She
right.
may be in on the operation table. So hope she's doing well.
Okay. Okay. Well, I hope it's a simple little surgery.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what we've got. Well, now I'm just going to have to get into that energy since you brought it up. All right, so
Okay. All right.
from your spirit team, the first thing they said, they're showing me whatever it is that's going on. It feels as if we're going to call it a simple surgery or a simple fix, and it feels as if you might bounce back quicker than anticipated. So whatever, they always give you guidelines. Oh, it might take 3 days to feel better. It feels like you're going to be ahead of the crowd, and that the healing process will really amp it up for you. You're really good at just bouncing back. Regardless of what happens to you, they take me down through your timeline. You're really good at now. They said you are. Maybe you weren't in your past, but they said as time goes on, you're good at letting things just kind of roll off of you, and you're good at realizing that if people put you down or try to do left-handed compliments, things of that nature, you don't take it so personal like you used to. It feels like you realize that it must be something going on with them. So that's what comes up for you, Jax. I'm sure all is well. And we look forward to seeing you on the Wednesday show, because something tells me you will be on the Wednesday show. So that will
Mm,
be a quick recovery. So there you go.
good. Good. Gary,
All right.
welcome back.
Hi, Gary. Welcome back here. Let's see what we've got. Again, with Gary, we always see a beautiful rainbow coming in, which is healing. And your spirit team is asking you if there is something in your life that you can change. And we're not so much focused on the physical body as we are maybe your current living situations or your job. We're more into those arenas. If you are not happy with those situations, then make a change. The change is possible, is what they're coming in to say. And be sure to ask for help. This comes up several times. I just ask for help. And they're saying, thank you. Spirit guides and the helpers and, Mother Mary, they all know you asked. They're all helping. But they are sending actual physical people here on this earth that can help you. So use your voice, because it feels like that whatever situation you're in now, if you feel like you're in dire straits, if you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, your guides, the angels, are saying there is. Switch your thoughts and change your environment. So that's what comes up for you, Gary.
Okay. I do not remember this particular username. So I think she's a first timer. Crystal.
Okay, I don't either. All right, so let's see what we've got coming on here. First thing that comes up for you, Crystal, feels like that there is a woman who has crossed over on the other side, might have had diabetes. Because every time my lips stick to my teeth when this happens. Sometimes I get the wires crossed. Maybe if you have diabetes, I'm asking the spirit, Irene, help me. Thank you. It feels like that this lady does have or did have diabetes, and she is asking you to, of course, monitor everything that you put in your body. If you anything, thank you, in moderation. We don't want to do anything, too much of anything. So limit. You might be working on a diet, so to speak, or limiting the sugar and things of this nature. So that comes up for you because, of course, as we all know, we only get one body. We should try to give it a good college try to make it, as best that we can, and to treat it the best that we can. I am very drawn to your feet. Of course, I'm no doctor. I don't know if you have any issues with your feet or ankles or any swelling, but it just feels like as time goes on, this is going to be the year for you. If you want to make any type of physical changes, it feels like there might be a more of an exercise, walking, more of this routine coming in throughout this next year, and really, we're going to say getting on a health kick. And one thing, it just boomerangs. You feel better and better and better. Not only are you going to be working with your physical body, it feels like you're going to be making a lot of changes where you live as well. Doesn't mean you're going to move. It could, but it more feels like decorating or cleaning up or clearing out in your home or where you live. So that's what comes up for you, Crystal.
All right. I hope that helped you. Let's go back to our regulars. B, what do you have for her?
All right. Hi, B. Let's see what we've got going on here. Your spirit team says, get up every morning and ensure yourself it's going to be a good day. We see today, actually just today, is going to be a great day for you. And you're going to find it might start out little, but little things will happen and you're like, oh, I just feel good. Thank you. Sometimes you can wake up and just feel like you're having a good day and maybe nothing great has happened, but it could just be emotionally you feel great. So feels like there's been a lot of clearing that you've been doing. I don't know, they're kind of throwing me into this eclipse. So I don't know if you're into astrology, but it feels like you've done a lot of clearing and it's starting to really lighten the load and lighten your emotions. And so they say every day start out with having a wonderful day. And one more thing too, we don't think that you realize how you affect people. Even if you're out in public with a stranger, if you smile, or just, oh, go ahead, go in front of me, whatever. It's like you brighten people's day by little gestures that you do. So keep up the good work. So that's the message for you.
Okay. Now let's go to Aisha.
All right. Let's see what we've got going on here. All right. First thing that comes up for you from your spirit team is they're taking me all the way back to when you were a child. And I'm seeing a little child who doesn't feel good enough, who is a wonderful observer, but feels like your words aren't heard. And this affects us as we get older because it's a persona that we've created. So it feels like you've tried your whole life to, it's almost like you take a back seat and you're used to it. Your spirit team wants me to tell you that this is your time for you to really stand out. Attitude is everything. If you really like yourself and love yourself, then other people will. It's like you will attract that energy. Whatever is going on inside of you, it's thoughts, the words, it's energy. You're a projector and you automatically will attract other people. So if you don't like yourself, you're going to attract people that aren't going to be that crazy about you. They're putting a shirt on you that literally says attitude is everything. And so, of course we all have things about us that we don't like and we can't change those. So what? Focus on the things you do like. And the more that you do that, then I heard Spirit say, then the right person will come along. So that is the message for you. Watch the thoughts and the words. If you find yourself putting yourself down in any way, instantly replace it with something you like about yourself or you love about yourself. And work on that because they said, this is the year coming up for you to really stand in your power. So that's the message for you.
Okay. Well, I hope they helped you. How about Mahala?
All right, Mahala. Let's see what we've got. It's funny, the first thing that comes up when I get into your energy, food might start to taste different to you. It just feels like you might be vibrating a little bit higher. Not only would food might going to start to taste different to you, like, oh, you used to love this and then it's like, oh, I don't know, it doesn't taste as good. You'll also find to where you won't maybe need or want as much food as what you normally would eat. So you might find, oh, I'm leaving more on my plate, or I forgot to eat lunch, or this. your taste buds are changing, and they're vibrating higher. The more that you can eat, they're really showing me greens. The darker the green vegetable that you eat, the better. And if you can eat organic, go for it, because you're going to be able to taste the difference. And I can do this too. If you get lettuce and then you get organic lettuce, and in your taste buds are going to know the difference, because the organic is going to feel alive. So that's what's calling for you now. Um, if you can, I know it's really hard to kind of plant your own little garden. That takes a lot of doing. Even if you maybe grow herbs like basil or thyme or whatever and use those too, be very beneficial for you. The more you do it, the more you're going to want to do it. So that's what comes up for you, Mahela.
All right. So let's go to Anna now.
Okay. Hi, Anna. All right, let's see what we got here. First thing that comes up is your spirit team says you would be a wonderful writer. Um, and like just almost like poetry. They said if you worked at it, you could really write beautiful love stories. And they said make sure you put yourself in as one of the characters. I don't know why they're coming. That's kind of funny how they said that, but that's what comes through for you. You might find that you might be going out a little bit more and mixing and mingling, because Irene says we see you kind of dutying yourself up. You might put a little lipstick on if you don't normally wear it. Put some makeup, duty your hair up, and it just feels like, they're just showing me different time frames, like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. As each one, it feels like you might get out and mix and mingle a little bit more. Irene goes in and almost force yourself, do it even if you don't want to. And the more that you do it, the more comfortable you'll do it, and then the more fun you have, and the more you'll loosen up. Thank you. If you're doing that now, that's great, because it feels like there might be new people that come in your circle. And so that's what they said, give people the benefit of the doubt, because it feels like somebody's going to come into your circle that you might not be that crazy about, but, and it doesn't have to be a love relationship, it could be a friendship. But it feels like somebody's going to come into your circle, and the more you're around this person, the more you like it, like them. I almost want to say him. So the more you're around this person, the more you're going to like him. So just go at every relationship is just to have fun. And so we love that for you. And write and journal. That's going to really come in wonderful for you, is to write, especially if you're sad and around a full moon. So that's what comes up for you, Anna.
All right. Let's go to a first timer.
Okay.
Kim.
All right, Kim. Let's see what we've got. Wow. Okay. Instantly, when I get into your energetic field, they show me cords all around you. Cords, when spirit shows me cords, these are relationships. They can be friendships, they can be love relationships. It just feels like you have so many, which tells me you might have a lot of friends. If not, get ready, because it feels like I can't even count them all. So many of these. So get out there, and people love your energy. The more they're asking you to open up your throat chakra, and to say what you speak or say what you feel. And if you already do that, it's just going to get better and better. You're a good advice giver. People like to ask you things because you don't sugarcoat, and you say it from your perspective on how you feel like the situation is. You would be a wonderful referee, because you can understand each person's perspective and where they're coming from, whether you agree with them or not. And as time goes on, all of the things that we've said above, your spirit team says, is that they're going to get better and better and heighten more and more. And if you're like, well, oh, this hasn't happened yet, it feels like it will. Especially they throw me out the next year. Going to be a uh, lot of situations that might come up to where you feel like you're the referee. People might be arguing, maybe two family members, and then it's almost like you stand in between them as a wedge and calm people down. Could be friends, anything of that nature. It just feels like you are the calm in the midst of a storm. So that's what comes up for you, Kim.
All right. Hope that helps, Kim. Let's go to Eileen. Welcome back, Eileen.
All right. Hi, Eileen. Let's see what we have coming up for you. I love this. What is that song? The wheels of the bus keep on turning. You know that?
Go round and round.
Round and round. That's it. The
Yeah.
wheels of the bus go round and round. That's what we come up for you, Eileen. And I'm asking Spirit, why are you showing me that? We love this. It takes me back to childhood and the rhymes. And kids are so, creative. And that's the energy that's all around you, Eileen, is this creative energy and the way that you really do. This came up in another read, how they just show me things can kind of bounce off of you and roll off of you. And you really don't, even if somebody says something to you negative or put you down, you really don't, you might ask yourself, oh, do I need to work on that? And then you put the ball in their court like, oh, maybe they're having a bad day. It's like you give people the benefit of the doubt. So we do love that about you. One thing, too, that comes up for you, Eileen, they said you better buckle your seatbelt because it does feel like a lot of work is going to come in. They're saying you can use the word no. You don't have to take on everything is what they're saying, because if you do, you're going to feel overwhelmed. And this could be in the next several months, but they're just saying, watch carefully not to take on too much and not to commit to things, because if you do, you might be sorry and you might really be under, behind the eight ball. So that's what comes up for you, Eileen.
All right. How about Shari? Rhymes with cherry.
Okay. Hi,
Felt
Shari.
like it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we've got coming up for you, Shari. Okay. Instantly, first thing that comes up from your guides is if you want to, remember how, I don't know if you watched the intro when we were talking about when I said, oh, the door opened and slammed, but I had my eyes closed. And I just literally started doing that not long ago in my readings. And I noticed right when I started in her energy, I wanted to close my eyes. When you want to connect with any loved ones on the other side, close your eyes. When you want to know what's going on, maybe little ghost activities in your home, close your eyes. Because that way, it kind of blocks out some of our senses, and it makes you to where you can connect more. You're going to start to get these downloads. Don't be surprised if in your dreams you might start to, we're going to call them, get downloads of maybe shapes. And you're not going to make heads or tails of it, but they do call them downloads. And there are different types of shapes. So this is what's coming up for you. And I'm asking Spirit, why are you doing this? It's just to heighten your senses, is what they're saying. And more of the intuition. So this is what comes up with you. One more thing too. Feels like there's a man around you. I don't know if it's a sun. I'm kind of drawn into the sun's energy. And I'm really, I guess, drawn into a male's energy. If you have a gut feeling about this person, pay attention to it, because you're right. And some things we don't have to try to help people figure out. Some things we just have to sit back and watch them figure things out on their own. So that's what comes up for you, Shari.
All right. Now to a first timer, Trinity.
All right,
Recognize it. She
Trinity.
didn't say first timer, but I don't recognize the username.
Okay. All right, let's see what we've got going on here just a bit. instantly they drop me into your heart chakra. And you might be going through an emotional roller coaster ride, um, and that's okay. Because with every, how do they say this? On this earth, it's the yin and the yang. We have the polarity. We have the good, the bad, the pretty, the ugly. And that's kind of what we're feeling. So when you feel really sad, keep in mind on the flip side of that, something really great is going to happen. You have to understand nothing happens to you, it happens for you. What is this? We see you going to the bank. I'm asking Spirit, why is she going to the bank? Does she have a pocket full of money? You're not taking money out. It's like you're putting money in. So that's always good. So you might get some unexpected money come in just a bit. And so keep that in mind. We're not saying quit your day job if you have one, but we do see you standing in line. Spirit will sometimes show me little snippets, just a flash photo of a future event. So if you're struggling with money, that's Spirit's way of saying, hey, it won't always be this way. And really, I am kind of focused into the money. And I just want to say this real quick. Many years ago, Dave and I, we were struggling. Every Friday I'd pay our bills, and I'd tell Dave, he'd be like, quit spending money. And I'm like, we always have enough money to pay all of our bills. Man, I'd pay the bills on Friday. I might only have $1 left. And then I thought, why am I saying it like that? I thought, I'm going to say we have more than enough money to pay all our bills. I started saying that, and I don't even know what happened. I kept thinking I was making a mistake in my checking. You know how we talked, I do my checking. And so it's like more money came in. So that's what they're saying. Don't be scared about money. Know that there's enough for everybody, and that you can, put it out, envision yourself, how much money do you want to have? Or, I want to buy this. Don't think, oh, I don't have the money. Think, I'm going to get this. So that's what comes up for you is watch your thoughts about being scared of money. So that's what comes up for you, Trinity.
All right. I believe this is a new person too. La Sandina.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that either. All right, let's see what we've got coming up here just a bit. You might be going through a little stretch coming up here in the next couple of months where people are just really going to start to get on your nerves. Not only people, just things even about you. And something about your hair too. So you might find, do things differently. Again, we always say if you can change something that you don't like, then change it. And we just see where a lot of changes are coming up for you in all different arenas. And that's okay. Push yourself out into arenas, into areas that make you uncomfortable or that kind of scare you. Because nothing ventured, nothing gained. And it's funny too, because they're saying some of the things that bug you won't always bug you. And they keep downloading this in my head. And I am so weird. My son was like this too. Sometimes I put socks on and they'll bug me. My socks have to be on perfect, like the little seam at the top by the toes. And if I put my shoes on, then I have to take my shoes off, fix it. But then it doesn't always bug me every day. And it's so weird. That's kind of what they're saying with her. Some of the things that are bugging you now aren't going to bug you later. So try to, especially if it's other people, what they're saying is kind of not say anything. Because later on down the road, you'll be glad you didn't, because then you'll be like, oh, okay, it's all right. Everything, the dust has settled and things aren't bothering me as much. So that's just what's coming up for you. Kind of an odd little message, but I don't know. They're just saying, I guess the moral of that story is if other people bug you and get on your nerves, try not to voice it, because later on down the road, it won't bother you anymore. So that's what comes up.
Okay. All right, back to the top of the list. Kathy Macy, welcome back.
All right. Hi, Kathy. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, gosh, it kind of feels a little heavy to breathe in your energy here. I'm asking Spirit what's going on. Oh, it's a heavy energy. Okay, what's going on here, Irene? Um, all right. Thank you. And of course, we know they're going to say, work on the breathing. I got to tell you, I feel like it's somebody coming in from the other side for you, Kathy, that had an issue with the lungs, maybe had lung cancer, or they just had a difficult time breathing. Um, because I does feel like it's a gentleman, but I feel this gentleman has a woman standing really close with him, um, talking about how he wishes that he would have treated his body better when he was on the earth plane, because he said he could have saved himself a lot of aches and pains. And that is the message for you, that work focus, little things can make a big difference. And you might really be going, thank you, they're showing me you doing like yoga or exercise program. So it does feel like that you're on this path. So they're just saying thank you. They're acknowledging that they're proud of you because you're trying to break the chain. It's so easy just to, get caught up in the loop where you go to work, you come home, eat, go to bed, get up. I do that too. I mean, it's easy. But when you throw in little different things that are helpful for the body, and again, it's very hard for me to breathe and talk in the energy. You are loved from the other side. Even if you feel lonely and you don't have physical people around you, make no mistake that you have a lot of loved ones on the other side that do love you and check in on you often. And it feels like they're really coming in close because they're really wanting to take over this read in my voice. So pay attention. What's different? Do you feel something? Do you smell something? Do you smell flowers? Do you smell cologne or smoke when nobody's smoking? That's a cue. That's telling you that your loved ones are coming in and checking on you. So that's what comes up for you, Kathy.
All right. Let's go to another first timer, Tina.
Okay. Tina Farmer. That's fun. All right.
Tina.
I love these usernames. They're just fun. So many people are so creative, and that's what comes up for you. Um, First thing that came up for you, and this is so fun, I've never done it. It's like people will break different colored bottles or glasses and things of that nature and then make these little, I don't know what you call them, mosaics, or what is that called, Bobby, where they, do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, you put different shapes of broken glass and then it makes a picture.
Oh yeah, I don't.
That's kind of what they're saying for
Our
you.
sister, our sister Kathy used to do those all the time when she was younger. Do you remember
Really?
that? Yeah,
No.
she was a teenager, and we were like 7, 8 years old. You probably don't remember it, but
Yeah.
yeah, she did those all the time.
Yeah, that's kind of what's coming up for her is really fun, creative things that you could put in your home or possibly even sell. So if somebody asks you to go to a pottery class, if somebody asks you to go to a painting class, and if you're like, well, I can't do that, well, just try it. Who cares? It's art. And so we see that really coming in for you as a lot of activities and fun things like that coming in, which again will broaden your circle of friends. Um, and you don't have to wait to be invited to places like this. You can snoop around and do it on your own if you so choose. Feels like your hands always kind of need to be busy. And because a lot of us like to keep busy just to keep from feeling emotions. So you might, thank you, Spirit. Next 6 months might be very emotional for you. A lot of events might happen, or sometimes we just have, go through emotional times and just work through it. It's really helping you to just really catapult and shoot forward by clearing out some of these stuck traumas and stuck emotions. Some of them go all the way back to the childhood. So you might find where you're really drawn into getting on YouTube and snooping around about inner child work and clearing work and things of this nature. The more you do that, the more creative your juices are going to flow. So that's what comes up for you.
All right. Another first timer, I think. Aura. Never heard of that.
I don't think that's not a first timer. but that's
Oh,
okay.
okay. Well, go ahead. I
Yeah.
don't.
Well, we're not just doing only first timers, so that's
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what we've got going on here. Okay. Instantly, your spirit team, they start me at the top of the head and they just kind of stop at the head. They stop at the throat chakra and the head. And when I get into the head, into that energy, there is so much going on here. I feel overwhelmed and a lot of anxiety and fear. And it is just all over. I almost feel like I can't finish one thought and I get into another. And so, oh, my ears are starting, I'm getting a high pitched sound in my ear too. So there's a lot of chaos here. Um, Thank you. Your spirit team wants me to tell you that they can help you, but you have to ask. And there's a lot of things, a lot of memories that are going to come up too. You're going to start to see things differently, but that's separate. And then this is all the chaos, which is throwing me off. Really work on grounding, work on your breath work on getting outside and calming, yoga, anything that kind of settles the mind. Um, it feels like it's in overload. Try not to get out on social media, even though I know we're on social media. But like try to limit some of that and the electromagnetic fields. And they keep saying the more you can get outside, the better you're going to feel. And in nature is beautiful for you. And they are telling me that you would be a wonderful animal communicator. Pay attention. You might find when you go outside, you're going to see more critters, whatever it may be. Could be a mouse, could be a hawk, an eagle, anything, a worm. When you do, Google the spiritual meaning because they're bringing in messages for you. So
Mm,
that's the message for you.
okay. Well, this is a first timer. Angel.
All right. Okay, let's see what we've got going on here. Boy, instantly, your spirit team shows me the top of your head, just like fireworks. And we love that. When I see that, this is telling me the create very charismatic and a wonderful connection with the spirit world. Um, I don't know if you ever trance in uh, spirit. I don't even know if you know what that is, or any type of automatic writing, because it feels like your guides are like opening your head almost like a funnel, and they are downloading and trying to put all kinds of information in your head. The moral to this story is your spirit team wants to work with you, but you have to be very inquisitive. You have to ask a lot of questions. They're saying, ask and you shall receive. Um, so write it down. What do you want to know? And then let it go because they said that it will come to you. But again, they're saying the more it's like the squeaky wheel gets the grease. I always say oil, you say grease, Bobby. But it's like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and so ask and you shall receive. So that's what's coming in for you.
All right. Hope that helped you. Now, another first timer, Visible Soul. I believe her name is Lori Ann.
Okay, Lorianne, let's see what we've got going on here. Instantly, I feel like I want to start rocking in your energy. And when I do this, that's when I can tell I start to get in spirit. I will start to rock. So I'm in your energy. That's why I'm doing this. Your spirit team is saying the more you sit in silence, man, the more higher vibration you are. If you're not a dedicated, if you're not dedicated to doing meditations, you will be, because it feels like the more you sit in it, the better it makes you feel. But they're cautioning you, make sure that you ground. Um, people like to, it's almost like being in Disney World because you get all the ahas and all of these epiphanies from spirit, and it's fun. That stuff is fun, and it's really amazing. But they're also saying you live on this earth for a reason, so there needs to be the balance. When you find yourself maybe in the future, if you're, meditating, if you're focusing too much on one thing, especially in the spiritual world here is what we're talking about, you have to make sure you ground. And again, we all know, get out, do salt baths, get in nature. A lot of times what I do, probably not my friend, when I do a lot of readings, I feel like I have to eat when I get done, because that brings me, it heavies my body. It brings me back down. That's why a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of them, but I know a lot of psychics and mediums who are a little heavier. And it's like unconsciously, it's like padding around us, but, like I'll get up from doing several hours of readings, and I've talked about this before. I feel like I'm 6 inches taller. Like literally, I can see things that I couldn't normally see because my spirit is almost up and out. That's kind of what we're seeing with her. There's got to be some balance here. We don't always want to be woo woo, and ungrounded. So that's the message for you.
Okay. All right. Well, we have a new subscriber here. I don't recognize the username, but
Yeah.
Aziza.
All right. Perfect.
Aziza.
And thank you for subscribing. We do like the subscribers.
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got going on here. All right. First thing that comes up for you from your spirit team is they're saying, they're cautioning you to don't be a doormat for others. Don't let others walk all over you. There needs to be you to put a line in the sand. You teach people how to treat you. It feels like there's either one, feels like even more people might take advantage of your kindness or want from you. And yet when you need something, nobody's around. That's what they're talking about with you is, and this might be something that's coming up. These are popcorn messages. So sometimes when spirit shows me something, honestly, there's no time on the other side. It's very hard for me to tell if it's happening right now or if it's getting ready to. I can distinguish if something is really far into the future because when I see it, it's fuzzy. But for these popcorn messages, there's a fine little line here. So if you find that somebody around you, and I got to tell you, it feels like there's more than one person that takes advantage of your kindness, Irene goes, set them straight, but in a nice way, Irene probably wouldn't, but she is my joy guide. She likes to make things funny. So they're just saying, don't let people take advantage of you. It's great. It's fun to do things for others, but you'll know the difference. So that's the message that comes up for you.
All right. Hope that helps you. Back to the list. Jovi.
All right. Hi, Jovi. Let's see what we've got. Your spirit team wants me to tell you that you should be proud of yourself. And you should hold your head high, even if you don't feel like it, because they said you have come a long way. You've accomplished a lot. And make no mistake, don't think that you've hit the finish line, because it feels like there's going to be many, many, many more opportunities for you to be proud of yourself. Sometimes you accomplish things and you're like, wow, I didn't think I could do that. We see a couple of these coming up for you, and they said almost right off the bat. So, within maybe the next couple of months, you're going to be like, wow, I thought that would be harder than what it is. And these can be in all areas of your life. I don't know if you have a vehicle or something. I don't know why they kind of showed me you in a vehicle. Irene, help me here. If you have a vehicle, it just feels like it might need some work done, but if it does, you will know someone who can help you. Don't take the first person that wants to come in, because it feels like we all know there's people that will try to take advantage of you. And if you don't have a vehicle, it feels like you will get one. It just feels like whatever this vehicle energy is around you, that it might need some work, and that's okay. Snoop around when you have somebody that will help you work on it. because it feels like you could really get a good bargain. And again, cautioning you, if something doesn't feel right in your gut feeling, then you better go with it. So if somebody doesn't feel like they're honest, even if everything sounds great, but you're getting that gut feeling like, I don't trust this person, you better pay attention to it, because your gut feeling is always going to trump your mental body.
All right. About 5 minutes left. Let's go to a newbie. Twins.
Okay.
I
All
don't
right.
have a first name.
We don't have a first name here, but that's all right. Okay. Gosh, I'm so drawn into the teeth. I'm no dentist and I'm no doctor. I don't know what they're showing me. So funny. I was going to say this. My husband will use toothpicks, and I'm like, don't use a toothpick, use dental floss. I don't know why they're showing me toothpicks. But yeah, you just got to kind of watch the teeth too. Man, dentists are so expensive. It is crazy. So if you have teeth and you'd like to keep them, they're saying take care of them. So that's one thing that comes up kind of out of left field here. And what else is coming up? Thank you. You're going to really find that the more you give, the more you receive. And they're kind of showing me, even if you were to give some clothes to the Goodwill or to a friend or something, later down the road, someone might gift you clothing or something even better. And it's like, you're going to say, wow, this is like almost a boomerang effect every time. The more you give, the more you get, the more you give. And then it's going to want, not that you're going to give just to get, but you're going to realize, wow, we are all one. We're all connected. And it even works with your thoughts too. When you wish well on others, then you will find that others start to wish well for you. And thank you. You might also have a person that's in your circle that might act like, oh, I wish you well and I hope good things for you, but deep down they don't. And you might already know who we're talking about, but if you don't, it feels like you will eventually, because that mask is going to you're going to start to see through this person, so to speak. Nothing worse than being around somebody that acts like they want you to do well, but secretly wish you bad things. When this comes up, of course, you're going to know you can distance yourself from that person and wish them well. Do the Ho'oponopono prayer for them. Because people who do that are miserable. Misery loves company. So, and if they're not doing it to you, they'll do it to somebody else, or they probably already are doing it to other people. So that's the message that comes up for you.
Okay, back to the top, Debbie Castle.
Okay, hi Debbie. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. We love the way that we know when they take me down through your timeline, there's a lot of situations, and some of these, we say situations, some of these can feel like mountains that you've had to climb through and to get through. They're not just little hurdles, they're mountains. You've come a long way. You've always given your energy to everybody else, and it's like you come in last place. It is finally your time, Debbie. I'm getting cold chills everywhere. Spirit's confirming what I'm saying. You have a lot of loved ones on the other side too that really are sending you a lot of energy and love. This is your time, Debbie, to put you first. This is your time. We love the next 2 years for you. Not that after that your life is going to be crappy, but there's going to be so many changes coming up for you in the next 2 years. And you're going to think, wow, like your cup is almost empty. It is time for you to fill your cup up. And that burning of the candle at both ends of the stick, nope, you're not going to do that anymore. That way it's going to give you more energy for you instead of for other people. And when you do that, then that's when the magic's going to really take off for you, Debbie. We see so many changes coming up for you. Maybe a move. And all of the changes that we see coming up for you, it's like here, and then wow, it's even better. And then it's better, and it's better. So I hear Spirit and your loved ones say, keep up the good work, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the changes coming up for you. So that's what comes
Okay.
up for you, Debbie.
All right. We have time for one more reading.
Mhm.
Why don't we finish this up with the first timer?
Okay.
And we'll go with Minnie,
Minnie Mouse. I love that.
Mousy
That
girl.
is fun. All right. I love that. And you know how several times throughout this we've talked about the magic. I almost feel like a kid in Disney World. All right. So let's get into the energetic field here. Oh, thank you. Your team says, make no mistake, she may call herself the mousy girl, but she is not. When you think of a mouse, I always think of a timid little mouse. And the Her Spirit team says, no, she's not. She may be a wonderful observer, and you can observe people and watch them, and you pick up so much from just being an observer. It's amazing. You may be quiet as a mouse, but sometimes when you're quiet, that's when we do our best observing, is what they say. And you might find where you have, you know, a lot of people or that are all different walks of life, and they may not like each other, but they like you. And so we see where your team talks really quick. Instantly, they showed me like a boat, maybe you on a boat. It doesn't feel like a great big ocean liner. It feels more like a ski boat, something of this nature. But I'm seeing you around people. So they're telling me that there's still some fun to be had here for the summer. And it does feel like, some doors of opportunity are going to open for you. We are in the work arena now, and there's going to be some changes coming up for you in the work arena. You're going to literally feel like doors of opportunity are opening for you. And even if you're not working, you could be retired. It doesn't feel like you are. It feels like you're younger. But it feels like that your interests are going to change a little bit too. You would be a really good little business owner. I don't know if you own your own business, but that could be a possibility for you where you do things on your own that makes money, but maybe not full time. So that's what comes up for you.
All right. Well, I hoped everybody liked the first timers special live stream edition here. Thought we'd try it, get a lot of new people, give them a taste of Sherry's readings.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully they
fun
like it.
to read for you know,
Yeah,
different people. I
yeah.
mean,
We
it's
won't
fun
do
to
it all
read
the
for my
time.
regulars too.
Yeah, yeah. I know the viewership is down here for this live stream because I think most of the regulars felt that this was only going to be for first timers.
Hmm.
But we mixed in quite a few regulars too, and we appreciate your patience with this and allowing us to do this. We'll go back to our regular first come first serve next Wednesday, and so we'll get as many people in as we can in an hour and a half. But for today, we're going to finish it up. We're going to close it down. Thank you all for tuning in to today's show. Thanks to all our guests. Thanks to all the first timers that agreed to share their readings with us. We hoped everybody liked it. As always, if you have a topic you'd like for us to discuss or a question for Sherry to answer, put that down in the comments section. If you didn't get a reading after the show is over, in the recorded version, go down in the comments, request your reading. Sherry will get to you as soon as she can. And if you'd like to book your own private reading with Sherry, go to psychicshari.com, click on the Schedule Now button. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as well as click on the bell icon to be notified when new videos are posted. Now, we've got the two series, the Casey Hacks and the Frequency Music. They seem to be doing pretty well, so click on that bell icon. You'll be notified once we get new ones dropped.
Yeah.
That will do it, Sherry.
Okay.
Thanks
All
a lot,
right. Well,
everybody.
bye everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Take care.
Bye bye.